Hello there, friends and neighbors. Thanks for coming back to my channel. This is me, Stella Hendricks, and today we are on chapter 7 of The Showgirl Next Door, Holly Madison's Guide to Las Vegas. This is a really good chapter. This is Glitter Gulch, downtown Las Vegas. But first, I have to tell you, first I'll show you the picture, and then I'll tell you. So, I probably told you before that in this picture, she is doing the pose of Vegas Vicky, who was the neon statue above my favorite strip club to work at, the Girls of Glitter Gulch. I loved that strip club because my auntie, her name was Felony. She danced by Felony. She took me under her wing, and she really taught me like how to look after myself and how to be a good dancer. And oh, she was just the best. Like, she was the best mentor, and she was the best friend. I was so lucky to have her. And the club was clean. It was small, but it was nice. During the daytime, there was this hilarious lady. She was a very big lady, and she would cover herself with like glitter and like patterns of glitter, and she would go and give lap dances to people. And this is back before like body positive really became like a thing, like more of a mainstream thing. But she was there like all the time in the afternoon, and she was very popular. People would come to see her. People would come like and be like, "Oh, we were here last year on vacation," and she was all the best. I loved her. And you never had to be the bad guy at Girls of Glitter Gulch, because the bouncers, there were a lot of bouncers, and they were always on it. And if the guy started putting his hands where his hands shouldn't be, the bouncers were always there to be like, "Sir, put your hands down." And you would be like, oh, you know, I would love if, oh, can I touch your tits? Oh, you can't touch my tits. Oh, what if I pay you extra $20? Oh, well, that sounds so nice to me, but you see, the bouncers will get you in trouble. And they did. It was great. You never had to be the bad guy. I made more money there than anywhere else because I'm terrible at being a bad guy. If I have to be the bad guy, I'll just be like, ugh, no, you know the answer. Why will you make me say this to you? Now I hate you and I have to leave. Great. That's how that would always go. But, okay, I had to give that homage to Glitter Gulch. I loved it so much because there is not one mention of it. Not in here. Later on, in another chapter, she kind of talks about some strip clubs. But she doesn't talk about Girls of Glitter Gulch there either. And this sign is literally right above it. And it was such a big part of Vegas to me. And it was such a lovely place. I just had to talk about it. Although, I'm sorry, you can't go there today. It has been closed down. Probably because it was too mainstream. It was right off of Fremont Street. It was right across from the Golden Gate Casino. Yeah, the Golden Gate Casino is still there today. It's kind of right over, very close catty corner, I think, from Binion's. And that's where the Girls of Glitter Gulch used to be. Is Vegas Vicky still there? I think Vegas Vicky is still there, but I think Girls of Glitter Gulch is gone. Anyway, it was glorious, and I was so glad that I got to dance there. I feel like I'm part of history. It was my absolute honor. So she doesn't talk about it. I had to talk about it. I'm very scandalized. That's okay. We all have different experiences. One of my favorite things to do is take a mini vacation in downtown Las Vegas. Just a few minutes north of the Strip, the original part of town holds many fun treasures. My favorite place to stay is the Golden Nugget. Right on Fremont Street, the Nugget is commonly regarded as the most luxurious hotel downtown, as well as one of the most historic. It was opened in 1946 by an ex-Los Angeles vice detective and initially marketed as the largest casino in the world. When Steve Wynn took over in the 70s, the property underwent massive renovation. It soon became home to Frank Sinatra, who was paid $10 million to perform there for 3 years. Wow. on one of my first trips to Vegas, I wanted to walk through all the casinos and just check out the atmosphere, see the different types of games, themed decor, and what people were up to. We tried doing this on the Strip, which was a very long walk. We tried using the monorail system, which doesn't span more than a few resorts at a time. We took cabs, we walked. Remember that. People hear the monorail and they think it goes all the way through. It does not. I'm pretty sure even to this day it does not. If you want to stroll through a few casinos in a short time, I suggest doing it on Fremont Street instead. You can see many different casinos in an afternoon because they're all right next to each other and in a line on Fremont Street, which is closed off to traffic and shaded by the Fremont Street Experience canopy. At night, the underside of the canopy lights up, displaying the world's largest light show. The lights and sounds of the Fremont Street Experience sometimes prompt people to lie down in the middle of the street and enjoy the show, which is an amusing sight. Also, that street will also be full of showgirls trying to overcharge you for taking a picture with them, and street performers and stilt walkers, and there will be bands playing, and there will be pickpockets out. But it's a happening place. I loved it. When I first went to Vegas, I walked up and down the Strip, and I was glad it was a long ways because I didn't have anything to do but walk up and down the Strip. And it was nighttime, so it wasn't too hot. But yeah, I like to walk and walk, but if you are trying to like get somewhere and you just want to go on a really interesting walk, Fremont Street. Oh my gosh, it is the coolest. The downtown casinos are generally older than the ones on the Strip and collectively more downscale, but I think that makes them a little more fun to explore. The casino floors always seem to be more packed with gamblers, especially those with the glazed look of resigned desperation on their faces, which is definitely worth observing. The Golden Nugget is the most plush, complete with a gorgeous blown glass chandeliers and display showcasing the world's largest golden nugget, the 61-pound Hand of Faith. I didn't know about that, I don't think. Oh yeah. Look, why do they have this picture with her having no face? Okay, here she is. Holly again. Head across the street to the Fremont and then on to Binion's, a Western-themed casino where you can take your photo with the $1 million they have on display. Really? Wowzer. Okay, you guys, we are gonna make also a video one of these days about the scandalous tale of... No, it's not Benny Binion. Benny Binion is the guy who founded Binion's. It was his son, Ted Binion. And he got himself into some trouble. He got himself into some smoke and some opium, and he got himself into a nefarious sugar baby. And then they got to fighting, and then Ted turned out that he died of an overdose. But was it an accidental overdose? Or was someone helping him to have an overdose? And then, as it turns out, did you know that Sandy has a secret boyfriend? And did you know that secret boyfriend was discovered digging up the safe in Pahrump, Nevada, where Ted Binion has stored his bars of silver? This is a true story, and we're going to talk about it. And it's extra interesting to me because when my grandfather passed away, he was kind of a funny guy. And he had a lot of his money, like probably in gold and silver, you know, untraceable kind of stuff. And we knew that he had it like kind of hidden around places. But after he died, a lot of it disappeared, and we wonder to this day. And the warring factions of the family all accuse each other of having the silver. It's a thing. And so it reminded me of this story, so I love it. I'm so fascinated. Go to Binion's and think about this story. Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay, a must-see casino for a history buff is the Golden Gate on the corner of Fremont and Main Streets. The Golden Gate was the first hotel in Las Vegas, and the original building still stands. Hotel artifacts are on display throughout the casino, including a vintage slot machine and telephone from the early 1900s, back when the hotel's phone number was 1, the first in Las Vegas. That was a recurring numeral for the Hotel Nevada, whose address is 1 Fremont Street, where rooms were once priced at $1. Yes. Okay. Now we have a good recommendation. Frankie's Tiki Room. Here are 4 reasons why Frankie's Tiki Room could be the best bar in town. 1, the decor is thoroughly Polynesian kitsch, done better than at any Trader Vic's, and is complete with lights made out of blowfish. 2, it's open 24 hours a day, as any self-respecting Vegas bar should be. But most aren't, but when I was there, a lot of them were, or at least they were pretty close to it. But yeah, I got very used to things being open 24 hours. And then I thought, like, because I came from such a different world. And so I thought that was kind of the norm. And then when I went to other places and they were closing down the bars and it was 1 o'clock in the morning, I was scandalized. 1 o'clock in the morning? What kind of place is this? The drinks are tasty and the menu rates the menu rates each drink with a skull count. Oh. Have a 5-skull zombie if you are looking for a good time. Stick with the 2-skull pikaki if you are a lightweight like me. The souvenir ceramic mugs are custom created for Frankie's and are so adorable and funny, you will want to collect them all. If you want to know what I mean by funny, order the bearded clam. Frankie's Tiki Room is just west of downtown at 1712 West Charleston Boulevard. Okay, she talks about going to the Neon Museum. I've never been there, but it seems really cool. More of the restored signs have been erected in and around the Fremont Street experience. Yeah, a lot of these old signs that were taken down from demolished buildings and stuff, if people like kind of missed them, they had some kind of peel. A lot of them got refurbished and put up on other hotels. The Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Fans of the TV show Pawn Stars can visit. The Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at 713 Las Vegas Boulevard South. Parking can be found in the streets and around the shop, although the line sometimes extends outside the doors, but it usually moves pretty fast. The lovable stars of Pawn Stars may or may not be working in the shop at any given time, but it is fun to peruse some of the random stuff they have for sale. True. I did not even know about the show. I only had seen the pawn shop and I was like, oh damn, I gotta pawn this silver coin I have. Because I was so poor and I was like on the cusp of like resigning myself to working at the strip club, which was like the most terrifying idea. But I knew I had to like earn my money and I couldn't go back to my parents. I had to escape. It was the whole thing. But I was thinking like, what can I sell off? And I think I had like 3 of these little silver coins. I'm not sure where I got them from. Probably somebody paid me in them at one point or another. Anyway, I had them. And I remember taking them down there to pawn them off and signing everything. And I was surprised that they copy your ID and everything. I was like, really? For these little fucking coins? Wowzer. Oh, guess what? That's the end of the chapter. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, friends and neighbors. I hope I will catch you next time for Chapter 8, Desert Beauty, What to Pack, Wear, and How to Stay Refreshed. And I will catch you on the flip side.